let's get started. Alright, welcome back to the Grand Prix Let's Play, ladies and gentlemen, of the F1 2021. We're going to Circuit Montefiore for the Canadian Grand Prix. The last race we raced at Baku for was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, but now we have to go to Circuit Montefiore for the Canadian Grand Prix. So here we go, round 7, race 7 of 24. Here we go. Look, it's raining.
All it takes is one look around the crowd to know it's finally race day. The atmosphere at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is incredible. Personally, I think we're in for a brilliant race.
Hold on, let me turn my sound down just a little bit.
It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet
so you
conditions,
can hear me commentate,
with top
so you can
speed
hear me
still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on a circuit that in the dry can see
3 DRS
speeds
zones,
of around 130 miles per hour.
and there are 14
we'll be
turns.
To get anywhere near that today.
Rain, it's wet at the track here.
It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. And Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are 3 big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Let's run you through the driver grid order.
Here comes
for
the starting grid.
Race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday.
Max Verstappen starts on pole
position,
with Lewis Hamilton, with the 7-time Formula 1 world champion Lewis Hamilton on the front row.
We have Perez, Bottas,
Perez, Valtteri Bottas, with Pierre Gasly, Lando Norris, with Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll, Carlos Sainz with Fernando Alonso, with Charles Leclerc, Esteban Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi, Nikita Mazepin, Kimi Räikkönen with Nicholas Latifi, and George Russell and Mick Schumacher back at the grid.
5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Wow, George Russell Mick hasn't raced in Canada. The car setups, as we load our setup, remember I would only go with dry, because dry is pretty easy. But it is wet at the track. Let's get started. Here come the lights. 4 or 5 red lights are on. And we're racing here at the Canadian Grand Prix. There goes Perez now into P2. And we're going 3 wide, and I have to get a flashback. And we're almost 3 wide, a little bit of contact going on. But we'll have another look at it. 1 flashback. Keep back, Perez, keep back. Sorry about the warning with the collisions. So last race, we did go to Azerbaijan, I won the race. So now we'll keep Perez back and I stay out in front. And into the first chicanes. And maybe last year Mercedes keep making a lot of mistakes in the wet. But Red Bull's, if I struggle in the wet, then I think it's too wet too. But now Mercedes keep making a lot of mistakes in the wet. Oh, look at this! Oh, a little bit of tap by the 2021 Formula 1 champion Max Verstappen. We'll get our second flashback. All right, 2 flashbacks, man. See, I think we'll back off a little early at the second chicane. I'll let the champ Verstappen stay out in front. I have to back off a little early and let Max Verstappen stay out in front. I'm going to back off early at the U-turn, so I'm going to let Verstappen stay out in front. See, you don't hit into the other drivers. You got to stay where you are in your position. But remember, no DRS on lap 3 because of the wet track conditions. Here we go into the final 2 bus stop chicanes past the wall of champions. And now into the line. And Max Verstappen led lap 1, 121 for Max Verstappen, fastest lap of the Grand Prix here at the Canyon Grand Prix. I'm still now at less than 3 seconds ahead to Max Verstappen. Purple through the first sector. And a little bit of contact with Verstappen in the inside, but we got him into P1. Very nice.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Thanks, Jeff. That was a nice, easy move. And now we're ahead of Max Verstappen, and now heading into the second bus stop chicane. As we move on, we go only personal best in Sector 2. Heading into the U-turn. We're going a little bit wide. Yeah, like, man, it's like Mick hasn't raced in Canada. Man. 1.4 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. Here we go into the final two bus stop chicanes past the wall of champions. Into the start finish line and on to the final lap of the Canyon Grand Prix. 1:22.1.
That was the fastest lap of the race.
Now I said
far.
fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:22.1. And now we're on the final lap of the race here at the Canyon Grand Prix. And now into the first bus stop chicane. I went past where Smashville did not get Lewis Hamilton. Pass, and we go fastest again, Sector 1 than anybody. Don't worry about lifting throttle early. Anyone has to lift the throttle early. Just I can say, oh, I have to lift early. Coming into the second bus stop chicane with 2.8 the gap to Max Verstappen behind in P2. And now we go fastest in Sector 2 than anybody, heading into the U-turn. With 3.3 the gap to Max Verstappen behind in P2. 3.4 now the gap, or 3.3 now the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. 5.5 now to the gap for Valtteri Bottas behind in P4. Heading into the final two bus stop chicanes past the wall of champions. And we'll see the checkered flag. And we win the Canyon Grand Prix with another fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
Worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
And another driver of the day. Haha. We are now the driver of the day.
That's it then for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they've hung on to take
thank you,
Tonu here today.
Thank you,
What do you think
Tonu.
it was, Ants, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Rain always has the potential to light
Yeah,
up
rain,
the
rain,
race
rain.
and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed
Yeah,
to stay on the circuit.
last year after Mercedes didn't make a mistake in the wet.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Yes, Canyon trophy, first place trophy. And it's time for the champagne. Here we go. No, Verstappen. No. Don't give me the back. Ah, you got me down the back.
It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton, the multiple world champion. He's a choice at this point. But you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Yes, we win the Canyon Grand Prix with 4 minutes and 11 seconds. We sent 1:27 detailed fast lap of the race. With Max Verstappen comes home in second, and Sergio Perez will round up the podium. P2, P3 finish for Red Bull. Valtteri Bottas fourth with P1, P4 finish for Mercedes. Hugh Gasly comes home in fifth, and Ricciardo sixth with Lando seventh. Sebastian Vettel eighth lap for the 2019 pole. Canadian Grand Prix pole winner with Yuki Tsunoda in 9th place. Hasn't raced in Canada, and Carlos Sainz will rounds up the top 10. Last Stroll 11th at his hometown crown favorite, with Charles Leclerc in 12th. Fernando Alonso in 13th for the two-time Formula 1 world champion, with Esteban Ocon 14th, with Antonio Giovinazzi 15th, George Russell 16th, Nikita Mazepin 17th, Kimi Raikkonen 18th, Nicholas Latifi 19th, and Mick Schumacher Mick Schumacher comes home in 20th in last place. And now the standings. Holland lead 175 points ahead, right the lead over Max Verstappen with 66 gap ahead of Max Verstappen. Yuki moved up into 5th. Now Lando Norris now up into 6th. He's now 33 points back. Stroll down into 7th. He's now 32 points back. Sainz now also 31 points back. Fernando and Sebastian Vettel are still tied. And now the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to 270 points ahead over Red Bull as McLaren moves up into 3rd. Ferrari down to 4th with 51 and 51 for Ferrari. AlphaTauri are now tied for 4th after Vettel moves up into 9th. America has now back down into 10th. And that's it for King of the Ring. We'll see you at Paul Ricard.